Check 1 2, check 1 2. Mommy on the Rocks, Casey Chops. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Today's guest got one of the biggest DJs in the city. If you don't know who Nano is, you're living under a rock. You haven't partied in Miami.
Yes, sir.
His story is crazy.
Yes,
I appreciate you coming through, my brother.
Anytime, man.
Yo.
Family, man. We've been rocking. We've been rocking for a few years, man. You know.
Yeah, bro.
And you know, I'm always here, man.
Yeah, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, we're top DJs in Miami, so there's always like a competition element to what we do. But at the end of the day, it's respect. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of like, I guess when I was younger, I looked at it as competition, but I feel like I'm the only person that does what I do. You know, and
that's true.
And I feel like I'm the best at what I do, and my best thing is adversity. You know. I'm very few DJs, you know, that can just show up to pretty much any venue, whether it be tech house or EDM house or Latin or hip hop, and I'm gonna rock out, and people are gonna be like, bro, that guy gets down.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what's set me apart, you know, in my life, and to get me a lot farther in what I do, and just keeps me busy. You know, you being a DJ, the hardest thing is to get gigs. So, you know, when you do everything, it's you're an open format DJ too, and you kill it. You know, it's easier to get gigs. It's best to just being the Latin DJ or being the hip hop DJ, or you
gotta
understand?
be a chameleon. You could fit in, and I think we're both at a point in our career, bro, to where like if we want to, we could work 7 days a week if we wanted to. But I think we're both at a point where we kind of want to.
We've been there.
Yeah, right.
We've been there.
We kind of want to DJ less. You know what I mean? And try to like, it's more about quality now.
Exactly.
And quantity. But for the people that don't know, you're from Tampa, correct?
I grew up in Tampa. I grew up in Tampa, but I lived all over the world. You know, I was born in New Jersey. I'm Puerto Rican by blood, 100%. I grew up in Tampa. At 18, I moved to Miami. At 19, I got into a motorcycle accident. I broke my legs, almost killed myself. And then I got really, really focused on just getting better, getting better as a DJ. So I would make mixes and grind because I had no option but to work. I couldn't walk, you know.
Damn. Is that what got you into DJing?
No, I've been DJing my whole life, man.
Okay.
I've been
what
DJing
age
since
did
I was 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I started the first teen night in Tampa.
Oh shit.
So I was the DJ for, you know, the whole teen population that grew up in Tampa. So, you know, that was what started everything.
So you went from Tampa and you built your name up in Tampa.
Yeah.
And then
I reached that limit that I would say even you understand what that is because you lived in Miami and you've played at the top clubs for so long that, you know, sometimes you think, you're like, what's next?
Yeah.
You know, what do I do now? And that was another thing that kind of set me aside from a lot of DJs. I always had another move, something to try, something to risk everything I got going on and bet on myself every time to get to that next level. So, like I said, I was getting really good with these mixes, and my online presence was major because I didn't have a choice but to. You know, like another DJ that I respect, Oso City. You know, we all know him as a YouTube DJ. You know. But he found his niche. He's making money. He's killing it. He's getting booked all over the place. Why? Because he found his thing, you know. So I started doing these mixes. I kind of got that presence rolling online, and people were reaching out to me, not knowing that I couldn't even walk.
Damn.
So I got as crazy as it sounds, I got a job offer in Bahrain. Bahrain is in the Middle East. For anybody that doesn't know, it's in the Middle East. It's a 45-minute drive to Saudi Arabia, so it's literally right there.
Is that close to Dubai?
Yeah, it's a 45-minute flight from Dubai.
Okay.
Everything's right there. So I got offered a one-day gig there. So I couldn't leave the country because I got into this motorcycle accident because it was a high-speed chase on a motorcycle. I was just
that boy GTA 6.
I was being reckless and just young, you know, naive, and I didn't want to stop. Turned into a crazy chase, and yeah, I paid the price for it, a hefty price, you know, almost my life.
Sheesh.
And yeah, so I hit a car with no helmet, and I shouldn't be here. 100%. Yeah, the doctors, everybody was like, bro, this is nuts.
This was in Miami or Tampa?
Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, Tampa to St. Pete. I crashed in St. Pete on the way to DJ at Shepherd's, which is like this crazy pool party. Yeah, I swear to God. And I was on the way there.
This was in the daytime?
Yes, this is in the daytime.
Shit.
I was having my headphones on. I was just going there. And it was stupid. I had a suspended license. And it was one of my friend's motorcycle who lent it to me. So if I stopped, they were going to take the bike. And I was having a day where I was just like...
Yeah, you on a bike, I could get...
Yeah, I'm out. I've ran from the cops plenty of times on motorcycles, and it didn't work out in my favor that day, and I paid the price, and I learned, you know?
Jeez, so you're making these mixes and recovering from your motorcycle accident, and then, you know, you people knew who you were in Tampa, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did the biggest clubs in Tampa. I knew of you when you were in Tampa.
I was the biggest DJ in Tampa.
And then you go to Bahrain.
So the thing is that they told me... my lawyers told me, because I never went to court for this aggressive, aggravated fleeing to elude, which is high speed chase, you know, and I couldn't walk, so they were really kind with me, and they were like, look, whenever you get better, you come to court and we'll figure it out. Till then, don't leave the country. Don't do anything stupid. Like, you're out, you know, but you fucked up.
Right.
You know, like, you got to pay for this.
Right.
So they hit me with an opportunity to leave the country, and I asked, you know, the lawyers and shit, and they're like, bro, you can't go anywhere. So I gambled. That's one thing I mean just off the bat. I took a gamble on a 1-day gig. You know why? Because I needed the money. You know.
So you went all the way to Bahrain for 1 day in hopes that no one knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't know. Like, they told me, they told me straight up. They said, look, once you leave the country, they know.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know? So I was already in trouble. Like, as soon as I land on American soil, they were taking me to jail right off the rip. So I left. It was a good paying gig. It was like $5K, you know, plus expenses. I'm 20 years old.
Right.
I'm barely walking again. This is right when I got off my crutches. I'm over here walking like a pimp. And I took the gig, and I flew all the way out there, and I did my thing. And it was a day party for a grand opening of a rooftop, you know, pool party type of thing. I get in my room after. I get a call from the owner of the whole hotel. In the Middle East, all the clubs are located inside of hotels. So he calls me. He's like, hey, you know, I would love to have dinner with you and talk to you. I said, of course. So I go down. I meet the owner of the hotel, big shot, obviously. And he's telling me, he's like, yo, the staff loves you here. You know, we need something like you here, you know, like, you know, people don't know there's bases like Navy bases and Army bases all over these places. So these people party, you know, and locals party, and it's just a mixture of people that just want to go out and have fun.
Is it like tight, like Middle Eastern Islamic, like restrictions and rules over there?
It is, but it depends where you're at. So Dubai is a little more loose, and Bahrain is way more loose. Okay. You know, you got Abu Dhabi, which is pretty cool.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And they're all like in the same area. Lebanon, Kuwait, Qatar. I've been all over. I've been to all these countries. So they offer me a fucking job right there. He's like, look, I want to give you a 6-month contract, and I'll pay you 3 months in advance if you don't go home right now. Not knowing that I don't want to go home. Yeah. You know, so this is how God works. You know, and they put this opportunity in my lap at 20 years old, and I didn't have nothing to look forward back to.
They were gonna put you in the hotel and pay you.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So this is free. I live at the hotel. I have a driver on call. You know, I get 3 meals a day at 5-star restaurants located throughout this hotel, and the clubs in the hotel. So everything's right there. You know, so every month I get this check that I just deposit. Everything's paid. You know, so I stayed out there. 6 months passed. They were like, "Hey, we'll give you a raise if you decide to stay."
But are your lawyers and shit like hitting you like while you're over there?
I left. Like, that's it. Like, if you ain't know anything about lawyers, if you ain't talking money, they ain't trying to hear it. Yeah. You know. So initially, I hired a lawyer because I knew that I was looking at some big problems. We're talking big felonies here. I'm gonna get a high speed chase with helicopters and all that. Yeah. You know, like I fucked up. I gotta do this right. Everybody knows that you go to court with a real lawyer.
Yeah.
Not a public pretender, you
Yeah.
know? So I left and they were like, yo, what's up? And I was like, yo, I'm going to be out here for a while. They're like, all right, well, hit us when you get back. You know, just like that.
Okay.
So I left pretty much 6 months, turned into like 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Every 6 months, a raise. I'm buying a car. I'm buying this watch. I'm buying this chain. I'm balling out. You giving me a check for thousands of dollars every month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How was DJing out there? Did you like it?
It was cool, man. It was cool. It just felt like I was doing the same thing every day. You know, when you're a resident.
How many
DJ,
days a week were you working?
6 days.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 days.
Same spot for
the same
2.5
club,
years.
Same time, 2.5 years.
But the bag is there.
But the bag is there and was there. And I did what every stupid 22, 23-year-old kid does when you get that type of money. I blew it all.
Yeah. Sheesh.
All right. You know, I wish I could go back in time, smack myself around and you know.
Some property in Dubai.
You live and you learn. And that's the best thing about starting from the bottom is that when you get to a certain point, you respect it.
Yeah.
And you had your ups and downs and that's what builds character and that's what builds who you are and that's what sets you apart from people that were just giving money.
100. That's what makes it worth it because you have something to compare it to. If you're born with money and then you get money, it doesn't mean anything to you.
Being at a point where I'm at in my life, I know multi-millionaires, I know multi-billionaires, and these people they're not all happy, you know, like, and it's sad because they have everything in the world, and that's what I'm like, wow, like, you know what, I am happy that I learned and I went through these struggles, you know, I went to jail for a year, like, I experienced a lot of different things in life, man.
So to finish the story, so what happens when you do come back after 2.5 years?
So I came back. I went to first of all, I went to Thailand before I came back.
Oh, that boy went.
I ran the bag up. You know, I had a bunch of money. You know, I was sitting good. I was lovely. I was walking. I looked great. I had the drip that I spent money on. I had the $30,000 Breitling that everybody wanted when Boosie had it. You know, like I had it, bro. And I was young, crazy, naive, and I had money, and I was like, y'all should have never gave me money. Like, look at me, you know? Yeah, but I was always fun. I always respected people. I always, you know, took care of people, you know, till this day, like, you know, I thank God every single day for what I have. And bro, like, life is really good. You know, just people take for granted just waking up and being able to walk.
That's real.
You know, and being, bro, like I know a lot of people that are paralyzed or this or that, and they're good-hearted, and maybe they had an accident or maybe they were born that way, but just the fact that you could do certain things like that, it's just like,
so you go to Thailand, and then what happens when you come back to United?
I went to Thailand. I was in Thailand for so I was supposed to just go on a boys trip. You know, while I was living in Bahrain, I flew. So I grew up in the streets. You know, when I was a child, my mom and dad are like real crackheads, and they did, like, you know, meth and heroin and all that. And I grew up just like living with friends and all that. But one of my best friends, my childhood friends, like, he calls me one day. He's like, yo, I got caught sleeping with my manager's fucking girlfriend, and he fired me. And I'm like, what do you expect was gonna happen? You know? And I was in a position to help one of my best friends out that when I had nowhere to live, he let me sleep in his room under the roof with his mom and dad. You know, so till this day, he's one of my best friends, Yauki in New York. And he calls me and I'm like, bro, like, I got this penthouse, 2 floors, I got extra bedroom. I said, bro, I'll buy you a ticket right now. If I was out there by myself. You know, so he's like, yo, if you're serious, I'll get my passport right now. And he ended up coming with me out there. And I got him a job bartending, you know, and like we wrote it out, you know, and it was dope. It was a great experience. So I met a few really cool people that were on the base, you know, or just, you know, engineers and stuff like that get flown out to live there. So we did this boys trip to Thailand, and I just fell in love with it. I liked it out there, so we ended up just having fun, and I stayed a little longer than I should have. I met Jean-Claude Van Damme. I got to party with him. I got to party. party with Jean-Claude, which
crazy.
is like one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life, you know?
Damn, that's legendary.
Yeah, it's legendary, bro, and it was dope. So I leave Thailand. I call my lawyers. I'm like, yo, I've got them on retainer. They're like, look, get the closest thing to the county that you're going to, because as soon as you land, they're going to put you in a truck, and you don't want to be in that truck for too long.
Yeah.
I landed in Miami. I went from TGK, which is one of the jails, to Metro West. Mm-hmm. I was there for like, a month, and transferred me to Sarasota, which is like 2-3 hours away, and in a paddy wagon, strapped up like a little dog back there.
Yeah.
And there was times where it just, you break down, it sucks. I went from living so good and luxurious.
You went from living like a millionaire in the Middle East and like a 5-star hotel, partying with John Man, to landing
to landing and going straight to hell, bro.
That's crazy.
And you know what? I don't regret it. I wouldn't change a thing.
Did you do time? Like, what was the verdict on your case?
So I did like 2.5, 3 months, and then I get off on probation, thinking, oh, this is a piece of cake. I get off on probation, and then I'm out and about, and just hanging around with the wrong crowds. You'll get tangled up, man. That's probably one of the most important rules in life, is you are who you hang out with.
That's a fact.
So I got caught up, and I had to go to jail. I went to jail for about a year. They gave me 364, which is a year in county. And they gave me that, and when you get out, no...
You're good.
Yeah, no papers, no nothing.
Okay.
So I went, I did that. I'm in the jail, and now I'm adapting to jail. Now I'm working out every day.
This is in Sarasota, you said?
This is in Tampa.
Tampa, okay.
So they took me from Sarasota to Tampa. That's where everything was at. And you learn a lot from being in jail, and it made me a lot stronger. I know that I could do anything,
What's something you learned from that experience, like in jail, like?
Just how to be tough, bro. Yeah, in any situation. I got something wild that happened while I was in jail was, I was in the in jail they have different types of jail setups. They have like open bay, which they just put beds everywhere and people they're sleeping in an open room. That's for like the little down. I was in the 2-man per cell. That's the jail county, and my roommate was like this crazy Puerto Rican dude who's been in and out of prison, like I had no business in a room with this dude. Guy, and I'm just such a friendly person that if I'm gonna spend fucking so much time with somebody sleeping right under me, I'm gonna get to know you. I don't want to have to worry that you're gonna stab me in the throat one day.
Yeah, for sure.
So I ended up being really cool with this guy. He's Puerto Rican, but he's not there. But I know how to deal with people like that. We were the bestest of friends. We were so cool. He looked out for me. He used to help me cook and all this, because he knew it. He knew this is his life.
Yeah.
And he would get these plates every day, and he'd break the lids, and he'd sharpen them, and he'd take the bedding off of the beds, and he'll make little knives, shanks out of. And this was a normal thing.
Yeah.
This is not like I made one and it's here if I need it. This man had a pack. Like he probably had like 13, and he'd tie them and he'd hide them good, like they do random searches in jail. At any time they'll come in your room and get the fuck out. We're searching your whole room. They find phones and all that. Yeah. So that's nuts, bro. I'm chilling. I'm out. Bro, I remember this like it was yesterday, and I have a terrible memory. I was sitting down watching TV, or I was watching the Lucifer show, and they're just like horns beeping, alarms going off, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just like in my zone eating. I'm eating oatmeal. That's what I ate every day, like oatmeal and peanut butter or whatever. And out of nowhere, they're like, yo, Elvin, you get on the fucking ground. And they put me in a room. They, put me in a chair. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, bro? And they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing with all these knives? What's going on? Is there something going on that Is there gonna be a big, breakout, and everybody's gonna and I'm like
brawl and shit.
And I'm over there like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, like we found, all these knives in your room. And I was like, brother, does it look like I'm sitting around making knives, And they're like, well, that's your room. And I was like, well, I share that room, And they're like, I said, bro, like, look at my record, bro. Like,
yeah,
I've been to jail a few times for weed, and I fucked up on a high speed chase, but there's nothing about
you're not handcrafting knives.
I'm not here, I don't got no assault, no batteries, no domestics, no none of that. I'm not a violent person. And they're like, look, there's no way that you're in this room and this guy's making knives and you have no idea about it. I'm sorry, like, you're just as guilty, because if something really happens and people die, you could have prevented it. So I look at the cop and I tell him, I said, if I knew that somebody was making knives, do you think I'm gonna say that somebody's making knives in there? Like, this guy's obviously not right in the head.
Yeah. Like, I'm sleeping with him and there's knives.
I'm not snitching on the guy that's making knives. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you're just as guilty. So they give me 3 months in solitary confinement. So now it just gets worse and worse. Now I'm in a room, 24-hour lockdown.
How much time into your bid does this happen? Like halfway through, type shit?
Halfway.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm in this, a room with a mat like this. If anybody's watching that's ever been in solitary, or you watch those shows on Netflix, it is exactly what you see on Netflix.
Jeez.
People crack in there, and I would put my sheets in front of the door. Mm-hmm. And I would talk to the neighbors, and there's people there that have these pending cases that they don't know where they're going home, that they just can't be in general pop. So they're sitting in solitary confinement and they just can't be out there.
Like killers and shit.
Yeah, killers, rapists, or just people that are not allowed out there. Like they have a big trial coming up and they're talking about things on the phone or something, and they put them in solitary until everything's over with. So what kept me sane was knowing that I was gonna get out of there. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of people that had no idea when they were getting out of those rooms. Yeah. And them going crazy and me being there to mentally help them, like just being a normal person and talking to them. Yeah. Like letting them know that I'm human too and I'm here with you. Yeah. And everything's gonna be fine. Yeah. But reality, I knew everything was gonna be fine for me, but not for them. Yeah. But every night you hear people going through it, crying, screaming, kicking doors. Like, this is the real nightmare that you see on TV or in scary movies or whatever. And I was there living it, I went from this to...
I say all the time, bro, like, it's so important to be able to, like, live with yourself by yourself, because a lot of people, like, sitting by yourself in solitary confinement, that's considered punishment. A lot of people can't just sit with themselves. They'll go crazy, dog. Yeah. That's like a skill you got to acquire. Like, be able to sit with yourself and not need anybody or anything for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's, these days it's hard people can't do anything alone. Yeah. I love being alone.
No, me too. I think I'm addicted to being alone. Yeah. I think it's like a problem. Because I wonder, like, can I even live with somebody at this point?
I can't. Yeah. That's another thing. I can't live with people. I got my own place, a nice little penthouse, and people stay with me from time to time. I'm that friend that's always like, yo, if you're ever in Miami,
welcome in and shit,
you're always welcome, man. You're to my friends and family, and yeah, but after a few days, I'm like, dog, I need my space, but or people that make it a habit to come see you every time, I'm like, bro, like, And man.
Damn. So you do your year bid in jail. You come out,
brother. I came out of there happier than ever. Yeah. Yeah, because
with a new appreciation for life.
Because I just was behind walls, and I know what it is to not have freedom, and just be stuck, and helpless, and have to get through it with really nobody but yourself. I had a few, I had my best friend, my manager, Angelina. She was there for me the whole time.
Shout out, Ange.
Another one of my best friends, Alex from Tampa. But they helped me out. They were there. They talked to me on the phone all the time. They put money on my books. That's really important too, to help you out, help you get through shit. But I did that. I came out, and it was go time. Like, as soon as I got out of there, I hit the ground running so hard. I was in Tampa for like 2 months, and then I came down here. Angelina got me a job at the grand opening.
You do 2 months when you get out of jail in Tampa, and you're working, and then you're like, damn, bro, I gotta go to Miami. Is that what the
No. I started getting comfortable in Tampa, because remember, I got all this money that I saved from overseas. I'm doing good, I get a crib out there, like I'm set up. But in my mind, I was settling for less, like Miami's Miami, bro.
Right.
Like you could live anywhere in the world, but Miami, bro, we're talking the craziest rent in the States, the most expensive living is in Miami, in all America right now.
No,
like we could argue about it, but Miami's the most expensive place to live. So I was settling in Tampa when Angelina got me a gig here. I came here and it opened my eyes. It was at Rockwell, the grand opening for Wednesdays. I started that with Harold, we killed it. The owners, Chris and Keith Pacello, were like, yo, we dig it, but we know you don't live here. And I just told them right there, I said, you know what? Like, I don't care. I'm down. Sign me up. I'll be here every week. No, don't worry. I'll make it happen. I'll move here, And the next 2 weeks, I already had my own condo on the beach. And I've been here 6 years.
So, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you start working on the beach, doing your open format vibe. I feel like you were kind of one of the first ones to like bring the open format vibe like back to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously like in the generation before us, like the Mauricio, like that was the legendary open format. And then it kind of died out and it got super urban, like super hip hop for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I feel like when Rockwell opened, you came down, the open format kind of like emerged again, like on the beach,
Yeah. I understand you 100%. Mauricio's one of my inspirations, him, Feezy, and I'm lucky to call these guys my brothers right now. They're family. I call them anytime. They're always there for me. But yeah, I started at Rockwell. I just started with the open format, and it just worked. And that was enough to get me seen all over Miami. So I started with one night, and that one night was barely enough for me to pay my rent, And I want to say, in 2-3 weeks, I already started, at Jones. So the resident DJ went to Ibiza for like some emergency he had. They heard I was good. They hired me to open and close at Jones, So now I'm opening and closing at Rockwell and then Jones. I got 2 nights. 2 nights. One night at Jones turned into 3 nights. So now I'm at Jones 3 nights and I'm at Rockwell 1 night, and that's already 4 gigs a week.
So yeah, now you're solid.
Now I'm solid. Like I'm making money. I'm chilling. I'm loving Miami. I'm that new Miami kid that's just doing his thing, Then a little while after that, Harold had me at Wall on Thursdays. So now I'm doing like 5 gigs a week, strong, and I'm chilling. Now it went from Nano the opener to Nano the headliner. Now I got clubs like, yo, let's see what you do here. And now I'm getting the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like now they're paying me a lot more because I'm headlining. And it went from headlining one club to monkey see, monkey do. I'm headlining all these clubs. And then everybody wants to book Miami's hottest DJ. So now I'm getting calls from Dallas, from Houston, San Antonio, LA, Boston, Atlanta. So little by little, I started traveling here and there. And then, I kind of just always told the owners of the clubs, I said, look, if I'm not the best DJ you ever booked, don't pay me.
Yeah.
And they're like, if this kid's that confident, what's up?
Yeah.
And bro, that just got me really far. Just putting in the work, and putting in the work.
So where's your mentality at now? Like, what's your vision right now?
I want to say I'm the biggest open format DJ because I've done something in music history that I'm pretty sure has never been done. I'm the only DJ to ever play all genre festivals. So I played Rolling Loud, which is the biggest hip hop festival in the world. I played Power Fest, which is, I want to say, the biggest Latin festival in the world. Power Fest, Baja Fest, a few different Latin festivals. I've played EDC, which is one of the biggest house festivals in the world. I mean, Tiesto could headline EDC. He's not going to play Rolling Loud. Yeah. You understand what I'm going here?
Yeah, like you kind of brought the open format to the festival.
I brought open format to its peak potential by headlining. I could play a 2-3 hour set of house. I could play a 2-3 hour set of Latin. I could play a 2-3 hour set of hip hop.
Yeah, your bag is deep. So
I took it as far as that little mix that you do at the club for open format to, no, I'm going to really study these and really do my thing. And now I get booked for just Latin clubs. I get booked for just hip hop clubs. And I get booked for just house clubs. And now I took it even a step further. I'm doing tech house. So not just the EDM, but the tech house, the spacey vibes.
Yeah.
And I did
that wave kind of like got popular like in the past 6 months.
So I've always calculated where music was going, and you know what I'm doing now is what Khaled did with hip hop. I'm just using all my contacts, and I'm putting like some of the best producers in the world with some of the best Latin artists, hip hop artists, this and that for the house world.
So that that's
like what Carnage Gordo, what Gordo did, you know, like with mixing Migos and trap and producing half of Drake's new album, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's doing something that nobody's done, you know, and people take notes, and I'm gonna do it, but in my way.
And
yeah. He has a certain style, I have a certain style, and you know, like
so musically, because I'm always curious to see like once you get to like the top, you know, to where we're making the bag like DJing, and we don't want to DJ 7 days a week. I'm always curious to see like which angle DJs go. Some DJs go to like, okay, I'm gonna make music now. Some DJs go, I'm gonna start my own party. Like I'm always curious to see how DJs branch out.
Every DJ has a different mindset, you know.
Right.
I was always really business minded, so I've always had different businesses. Like always, you know, I make money different in a lot of different ways. I make money off Instagram, you know, like if somebody lost their account, I can get it back, you know, or, you know, there's a lot of things that I could do to help you like really, you know, get your things going. Or, you know, I bought, you know, different DJ setups and I rent them out, you know, that's the rental company. You know, I have I have like, you know, somewhat of an agency because I have different DJs. I get called for gigs all the time that I just can't take.
Right, so you kind of plug in people.
So I broker the deal. I tell the DJ I'm gonna take 20% and here's your gig. Fire. You know, and like, bro, during COVID, you know, I was throwing massive parties. Yeah. You know, and I learned the business, you know, I learned the rental. Let me rent this house, pay the overhead. Let me pay these, you know, whoever I need to make this happen. And I was doing yacht parties, this, that. So COVID really turned me into a crazy hustler.
COVID, I think, did that for everybody. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
you had to. You had no choice.
Yeah, we couldn't work.
Your back's against the wall.
Yeah.
So how you gonna go from a DJ that's working 5-6 nights a week at the biggest clubs around the world to nothing? You know, and my bills got to get paid. My rent's almost $6,000. You know, not the cars, not the just living. You know,
bro.
You know, so
that was a crazy time, bro.
I had to figure that out.
DJing on Instagram and shit.
Yo, I was DJing off the balcony with Tory Lanez, you know, performing across the hall, you know, and we just did it, man. We just did it.
So the music route you're going with is the tech house route,
it's house.
Okay.
You know, a lot of big DJs like John Summit, like Gordo, like you know, they could release a tech house song one day. Release like John Summit, he's like the king of tech house, one of them, you know. And then he just released a new single, and it's more like dance, electronic, you know, and it's a banger. And he's playing it at Space, he's playing it at all these clubs, you know. So right now, the bigger DJs, we're bending rules, you know?
Right.
Because we can't.
Yeah, there's no genres. I feel like there's no such thing as a genre anymore.
I feel like there's genres. There's no rules in music. Like, you as an artist, I can't tell you what to do. Yeah. You're an artist.
Yeah.
You're going to express your art how you feel.
Right.
So who am I to tell you can only play this or play that?
To the people. Like,
so guess what? I might not like what you're playing, but if 90% of the people in that crowd is gonna like it, then you're gonna succeed.
You're good. Yeah.
You know, and that's what I do. I get hired for some gigs, and you know, somewhat some of the owners are like, play this, and I do it because that's what they're paying me for. Yeah. But when you let me do my thing, I guarantee you that's gonna be a lot better than. Yeah. This is what I do, you know. So I get there a little, you know, early. I read the crowd. I'm like, okay, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. And if not, sometimes you gotta throw a curveball to see if it'll work.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Then you'll never know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You gotta take a risk, you know.
That's a fact.
You're gonna play Katy Perry mid set at Live on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It might work, it might not. You never know.
Like, when you do something like that, it's either gonna fail miserably or go super crazy, and it's gonna hit.
If it works,
that's what it's gonna go crazy.
You're a genius. You're a mad scientist.
Exactly.
You're the guy that's, you know.
How do you feel about like the Miami club scene, like 2023, where we're at with the music cycle and everything?
You know what? The Miami club scene has definitely been up and down. Right now, at this exact time, it just started popping, you know, because you know. But I want to say, like, right after the holidays, right after Basel is really when everything goes bad.
Yeah.
You know, right after Art Basel, Miami just tanks for a little bit. You don't see me as a DJ. I know because bottles ain't flying.
Yeah.
You just see it. They're all promoters.
And then all that crypto money like went away.
All
like
that,
we were like in fantasy land for a little bit. Like last year, money was these crypto dorks were everywhere, like spending bags. Like
and it's
it
not
was
there.
crazy.
Most of these guys I know they're not promoting the you know the crypto, the forex, the Amazon, all that stuff that they sold you on at first that they were making all this money on. They're not doing it no more.
Right up quick. I mean, but as far as how do you feel about the Miami scene? Not like the time, but like just with the music that we're in, as far as like Latin. So the way I saw it was like hip hop kind of got a little. That's slow and like dark vibrations, and it wasn't like no energy with it. Then the Latin took over, thank God, and helped us out, bring us energy to the room. And now that is kind of, I'm still playing Bad Bunny from a year ago, and those are the biggest records still in the Latin. Still, you know what I'm saying?
That just goes to show you that the Latin market. I mean, Drake being the biggest artist in the world just shows you that Latin music took over.
Right.
You know, me being an open format DJ, I love playing hip hop. I love playing all that. But right now, people just want to hear Latin and they want to hear house music. They want to hear more good feeling music.
Right.
You know, unless you're gonna go to these really like tech house raids and stuff like that. There's a certain crowd for certain DJs.
Right.
You know,
I'm talking about more of like the open format vibe. We're just gonna go to.
So open format right now is mostly Latin music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Latin and house and just, the songs that people know.
I always say like we always used to have like every winter, every summer, every season we'd have like 10 hit records and then we would build around those records. But I feel like now is like, bro, we only have like 2 or 3 like hot records now. It's not like how it used to be.
What I want to say is that hip hop is not the same.
Yeah.
Hip hop has taken a major L lately and I mean it's just not what it was a year or 2 years ago. Bro, Drake is dropping records and they're not doing the numbers they were before. Yeah. And Drake is Drake, and it's just like, I feel that it's really tough for artists to pop right now. Like it's the odds are very low. So everybody that's trying to be an artist and wants to be a DJ and all this, like, I tell them like, it might look like it's all, glitter and gold, but it's not. Yeah. I know DJs that were making big bags that are just, getting by right now. Right. Like the music industry is not what it was. So, unless you were a big DJ before that's still getting booked like that, or you popped already or whatever, I'd say keep that job and until
ride it out. We're like in a figure it out stage right now.
Like what John Summit did. John Summit had a job. He was an accountant or whatever, but he still, he didn't give up on his dream. And guess what? He popped as a DJ. And I think until you get to a certain level to where 100% that you could live your life off of this, or that you're gonna make enough money to invest into other companies that you're gonna be able to make money on, don't do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me every day, hey, are you gonna do courses? Are you can you teach me how to DJ? Or should what's advice? Some kid came up to me last night, up and coming DJ. What advice would you give to me? As an up and coming DJ who I admire you so much and I look up to you. So it's tough. It's tough. It's not, and right now it's really tough.
I feel like we need up tempo hip hop. Like that 90 to 100
BPM.
Bro, like everything is so slow.
Yeah, we can't play it because it's giving off bad vibes. And to be honest with you, you don't go to house clubs and hear about shootings.
Yeah.
It happens at hip hop clubs.
Yeah. It's
and
too much ego. Too much ego.
There's too much ego. Everybody's standing around. Everybody's showing off in front of people that act like they have it who really don't have it. That's just waiting for you to hit that corner so they can take it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I travel to Chicago a lot. I travel. I'm in North Carolina this weekend. I travel every weekend and I just see what's going on not just in Florida, but all over the world.
Right.
So a lot of people it's bad for them and
yeah, bro.
It's just tough. It's tough out here right now,
Yeah, I always say like now more than ever you need to be able to do everything. Like if I never learned Spanish or got into like really invested in that, I'd be stuck right now because I'm able to do like Latin shit, I could do English shit, I could do house shit. And you got to be a chameleon.
That's why they book you a lot. That's why they're still flowing,
Yeah, bro. I want to check out Dubai, bro. I think I'm gonna go.
Really
I've never
cool.
been.
I just went again. I just came back. I was there with Steve Will Do It. We had a big show out there, 2-3 months
How
ago.
do you think the club circuit is over there? Like, do you think like you could work 5 days a week over there and kind of do what you do over here and make
100%.
I think I want to do that, bro, because I feel like just America, like it's just like, bro. I see just it's degrading, like the people, like South Beach. You've seen South Beach this weekend for spring break with just madness going on. I just feel like culturally everything is just like degrading. I want to go somewhere where like no one's on that American weirdo shit anymore. Like, you know, people still have rules. People still move with class. You know what I mean? Like, I think I want to go there and just check it out and see if I like it, bro.
You should definitely. I mean, the best thing of me being a DJ, of my lifestyle, is that I get paid to travel the world. You know. Yeah. So I've seen a lot, you know. I've been a lot. I've been to over 20, 30 countries, you know. Mm-hmm. And that's the best part about my job, is that I get paid to travel and enjoy it and see and go sightseeing and all this and see the different cultures and learn about, you know, that and meet a bunch of great people. You know, I got friends all over the world. I got friends in Russia and Panama and Costa Rica. Like, I talk to these people every day. One of my best friends is the biggest Russian rapper in the world, G-Gun. You know, like, I just got my other boy Static in Israel. Like, I've met the biggest artists all over the world and stay in contact with all these people. Where
was your favorite place to DJ outside of the country?
Costa Rica was really nice. Mm-hmm. Medellin, my second home. I love it there. Moscow was really cool.
Really?
Yeah, I had a blast. I was there during peak war, but it's what you see on TV. Yeah. They make it look different. I had the best time. I had a blast. If anybody's debating whether to go to Russia or go to Moscow, it was amazing.
You ain't go with the weed pen, right, though? Like Brittany Griner, you ain't go.
Definitely did not take a weed pen to Russia. Yeah. No, that was crazy. Yeah. I was there while she was in jail.
For real?
Yeah, swear to God.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was there while she was in jail.
That's wild.
That's very wild.
So you got the music coming out. Do you have like a release date or like a?
I don't have a release date yet. I finally got, I think, which is gonna be my record. That's gonna go big. That's the hardest part in making music. I'm such a perfectionist.
Yes.
That I know what I'm capable of, and I was short selling myself before that.
For the music, so could we say like summer? Is that like fair to say for the release?
Nah, I want to say like in a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm gonna be releasing a song like every month. I'm gonna go crazy on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nano, tell everybody where they can follow you on social media.
At Nano the DJ on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm fairly new on TikTok. I'm still learning that wave.
Me too. It's too much.
It was just tough.
Too much.
And Instagram just takes so much of my time because it's my business, and I get a lot of work from my IG. That I'm really focused on that.
Fire. Okay, so we got all that. We got the music. Follow him. I appreciate you coming through, my brother.
Anytime.
Your schedule. You want to talk about any upcoming dates you got going on?
I'm the resident right now at the Hard Rock. So on Sundays, I'm doing the pool party.
Fire.
Which is insane.
Shout out Big Mike, getting a lot of money. I see you dancing on Instagram now. You getting the bag, Mike.
Big Mike is my brother. I love him, man. Mike Machete, thanks for putting me on. I'm there every Sunday. I do like 3 gigs on Sundays. I mean, all I can say is just follow me on Instagram because I travel the world, and I might be at a club near you, and I will be at a club near you. So
there it is, DJ Nano. Bow.